What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest Nusantara project version 2.9, and this is based on Android 11 of course, and this is the latest update by the way, the 18th May 2021 build. I did do a previous build video on this particular ROM too, you can check that out from the card right there. And here there are two separate versions of this ROM, one includes the GApps and one does not. And all the download links will be listed in the description, so do check them out if you want to. And if you want to flash the ROM, of course, the guide will be listed in the description box too. And here this particular ROM is based on MIUI vendor, not on OSS vendor. So if you're worried about losing sensors or something, you should not be worried at all because this is a simple MIUI vendor based ROM. And if you go into the about section, as you can see, this is how it looks like. It shows the processor and stuff over here. And if you go into the Android version, as you can see, there it has this Nusantara project logo, R11 version. And here we have the security patch as latest of May 5th, 2021. The stock kernel is still perf-g kernel. Linux status is enforcing. And if you want to see more stuff about the Nusantara ROM over here, it shows the Nusantara project over here. And as you can see, the version is 2.9 again. The code name is Reog. And we have the build status as official. Again, the build date is there, and we have the maintainer's name as Wadi Habib, of course. Now let me show you the settings panel, and as you can see, this looks very interesting and looks very beautiful in my opinion. As you are noticing, the whole settings panel looks very cool. And if you go into the system panel, we still do not get any system updater over here, but we have the gesture settings, and here we have the quickly open camera, then the system navigation gestures, and the power menu and stuff is also there. Let me jump into the system navigation gestures. Here we have the full screen gesture, of course. In the settings, we have the gesture bar length and the radius customization. Yes, I have customized it. That's why the pill bar is quite long, as you can see. And over here, we have the gesture bar margin on the bottom. Then we have dead zone and stuff. Then we also have the haptic feedback. Let me go back from here, and we have the 2-button and 3-button navigation as well. In the front camera sound effects, we have the front camera sound effects, and yes, there is no option for the Star Wars and stuff, but yes, we do get these kind of sound effects. Camera LED disabling option is there. Let me go back. We have the stock keyboard as Gboard. Now let's just quickly talk about the stock launcher. Well, this looks very cool, and we have the Google's Discover page and stuff to the left. And by the way, this is the Nusantara launcher that is present over here by default. There is the split screen and stuff because I just tapped over here on the recents panel. And as you can see, this is how the recents panel looks like. By the way, you have the screenshot, kill app and clear all option on the recents panel. And here you can just clear all the apps just by tapping on this button. You don't have to go all the way to the left. Now talking about the stock launcher settings, we have the icons and stuff, and as you can see, there is a notification dot, icon pack, etc., icon size increasing option, everything is there. And we have the home screen customization. There we have the allow 2-line labels on desktop, then show Google app, double tap over here is there, so you can set the double tap action to something else if you don't want it to screen off, and you can set it to flashlight or something for some reason if you need that. But of course, double tap to sleep with the screen off feature is working fine anywhere in the home screen. And we have the app drawer option. There we have the background opacity of the app drawer. In the mesh settings, we have the hidden apps and the allow home screen rotation option only. Now on this launcher, as you can see, this is how it looks like. And one thing that I would say, I could not simply find the disabling suggestion option over here, like this app suggestion row, I cannot simply disable that. So that's how it is. And you can search for any particular app just like this, as you can see. But yes, you cannot simply disable those suggestions panel. And swiping down on the home screen gets to the quick settings panel. Widgets and stuff in the home screen is working fine. And this wallpaper I'm using is from the Wallpy app, and you can get it from the description below. And you can get many more cool wallpapers with that app. And here, as you can see, double tapping on the home screen makes the phone sleep. But yes, the display sometimes does flicker a little bit. As you can see, let me show you one more time. Okay, so as you can see, the always on display is quite dim right now. But yes, after a double tap, the brightness just goes up for a second. So yeah, you might have noticed that. But yes, the functionality is totally fine. And as you can see, it unlocks with the fingerprint scanner very fast, no issues whatsoever. And let me show you from the lock screen over here. As you are noticing, with the lock screen, the unlocking speed is completely fine, no issues whatsoever with the fingerprint scanner. Now let's talk about the camera over here, the stock camera. This is the Boreal kind of camera. Let me show you the about section of this. This is the camera that you get by default over here by Wadi Habib, of course. And this one works fine. You can go and customize it however you want to. There is a lip patcher and stuff. You can do all of the customizations of Google camera, but this is a great Google camera. With this, you can switch lenses and you can take selfies and stuff. That should be working totally fine. So yeah, the front camera and stuff, everything is working all right. So in the video it looks a little bit weird, so video might not be a good idea with the camera over here, I would say. Now let's switch to the video. Okay, so the camera force closes, so maybe the video is a little bit buggy over here with the stock camera. Maybe you can fix that with some settings, but here I have flashed ANX camera, of course the 185R with Magisk, and that is working super fine. In the video mode you do get the 4K 60 fps option and stuff, so no issues with this kind of camera over here, and this is working flawlessly. If you want to install this ANX camera, you can click on the card right over there, or you can check out the description if you want to flash ANX camera and if you don't know how to flash it with Magisk. Now let me show you the quick settings panel. You can swipe down anywhere in the home screen to get the quick settings panel, of course, and you can edit and add multiple toggles over here. As you can see, plethora of toggles are there. You can add the screenshot, CPU info, etc. Then we have the bedtime mode and stuff over here. I have added the dark theme and stuff. Then we have the screen recorder of Android 11. With this you can record the device audio and the microphone audio at the same time, so no issues with that. Also we have the hotspot, then the do not disturb and stuff. Then we have the data saver. Also we have the de-dimming option over here, that is working fine. And there is a reboot toggle, so you can directly reboot to recovery by just tapping and holding on the recovery kind of, or the reboot toggle I mean. And there is the FPS counter too, so if you enable that, right now as you can see the FPS shows up over there. So yeah, FPS info is working fine, or the FPS counter, and you can disable heads up again. Now let's just jump into the settings, and this is the text that shows whenever you're opening the settings. And inside Nusantara Wings we have plethora of customizations over here. Let me show you by going into it, and here we have the themes option. So here we have the Nusantara Wings background. As you can see, it has iOS, then the transparent and random and accent kind of type. And we have the Nusantara category style, so we have with navbar, without navbar, everything else. Then we have the system theme. You can change it to pitch black or something if you're using dark theme, of course. Then we have the RGB accent color picker. From here you can pick any kind of accent color, whatever you like. And let me go back. We have the font type. You can choose from these many fonts. As you can see, these are all the fonts that you get over here with this Nusantara ROM. And we have the quick setting header style. You can change it between these many options. Switch style is also there. We have OnePlus, Telegram, etc. for the toggles in the settings. Then we have the icon shapes. These are the icon shapes that you get. And we have the status bar icon set over here. Then we have the quick setting tile shape, as you can see. And from here you can change it, I guess. Like if I set it to messenger, as you can see right now, it looks like this. So pretty much you have plethora of options for the quick setting shape over here. And we have this brightness slider. You can also change these between these types, and so you can pretty much change the brightness slider however you want. This is very cool feature in my opinion. And you can go to this type A, type B, type C, type D, every option that you would like. And we have the background panel style. There we have these batik, then keys, and the outline, glassy, etc. options. Then we have the status bar height, and here we have the medium, large, extra large options. And we have the rounded corners. I have been using it with the medium, that's why you were seeing these corners are rounded, as you can see. Let me scroll down. We have the settings theme, so you can choose between these two themes. As you are noticing, looks very beautiful. You can go with the theme A. Okay, so right now as you can see, it has this all red kind of accent color over here, and yeah, looks very beautiful in my opinion. Now in the notifications we have the heads up and the edge lighting option, then the dialer heads up. Then we have notification sound if active, show notification count is there, and the headers and stuff is there. Then we have the MISC settings, and here we have the gaming mode and stuff, extended idle, and we have the screen of animation. You can set it to CRT or scale or default. Then we have the double tap to sleep on the lock screen and status bar as well. Swipe to screenshot is actually working fine, and there is the long screenshot, edit, share, and delete option. So with the dark theme, let me show you, because it was not showing the icons. As you can see, long screenshot, edit, share, and delete options are there. And here we have the screenshot type changing option over here. There is long screenshot, full screenshot, partial screenshot, etc. And there is the use framework values and stuff. You can just disable it and change your corners over here, like the roundness of the corners of the whole UI. Then in the lock screen, we have the lock screen items, and we have the lock screen shortcuts and the charging animation and stuff. You can change that to these options. And we have the lock screen charging info. Status bar on lock screen option is there. You can disable it if you don't want status bar to show up on the lock screen. And media artwork and stuff is there. And inside fingerprint preference, here we have the forced fingerprint authentication option. So that means the always unlock with the fingerprint scanner is there. After you reboot, you don't have to enter your PIN every time. So yeah, you can just tap your fingerprint scanner whenever you're rebooting the device, and that will unlock your device. This is just great that these kind of features are there. And here only one thing that I would say is disappointing, that is there is no fingerprint scanner animation on this ROM. That is just weird. I am not really sure why it's not there or why they did not add it yet. But yes, there are fingerprint icons. As you can see, these are the icons that you get for the fingerprint scanner. But yes, again, no fingerprint scanner animation over here. In the status bar, we have the battery options and stuff. There we have the battery style options. Then we have the status bar battery percentage next to the icon or inside the icon. Then quick setting battery percentage and location of the battery is there. Battery bar is there. Then we have the carrier label customization. Then we have the clock kind of settings. Here we have the clock customization pretty much for the status bar. You can change the font size and stuff and all the font style. And we have the icon manager. Now here I have one issue, that is like I did enable Bluetooth over here, but it's simply not showing up Bluetooth on the status bar. Maybe I need to reboot or something, I'm not really sure. Okay, so after a reboot, as you are noticing, the Bluetooth battery status did actually show up, so that is not a problem right now. This is the ROG 335. If you have not seen the unboxing and review of this particular headset, you can check that out from the card right there, or you can check out the description for that. But yes, this headset is right now connected and it is working fine, no complaints with that. But other things like headset and Wi-Fi and stuff, everything is working. There is the Nusantara logo right now, and we have the toast tab icon, 4G icon instead of LTE, show data disabled icon, and VoLTE icon and stuff is there. You can also change the VoLTE icon to whatever you like, as you can see. So yeah, these are very cool options that we can change between these many VoLTE icons. In the quick settings, we have the quick pull down and stuff. Oxygen is kind of clear all buttons. So if you have notification, there will be a clear all button over here. And quick setting tint is there, and you can change the quick setting tint to Android 12 or something. So it looks like this with Android 12. And we have the other things like the quick setting label tint. So you can have it on accent color and stuff. And quick setting tile icon bright dark option is there. So if you disable that, as you can see, it's white right now. Then we have the wallpaper colored screens. I'm not really sure what that does. And then we have the background opacity and stuff. So if I decrease that, as you can see, this is how it looks like. Sorry for the background noise of that dog. But here we have the data usage and stuff in the quick settings panel. Then we have the settings icon disabling option. Then we have the column and row number customization. Then we have the brightness slider positioning. You can change it to bottom or something. Then we have the quick setting option, like the bottom option is there again. Here we have the auto brightness icon. Then we have the brightness control with buttons. These are the buttons, as you can see. And here we have the brightness control by just sliding a finger on the status bar. As you can see, it is adjusting the brightness super fine, as you are noticing. So yeah, sliding a finger on the status bar does adjust the brightness, and this is a very cool feature in my opinion. In the traffic indicator, we have these traffic indicator stuff, but it's not working as far as I know. So yeah, that's how it is. So even if I open some apps, it's not showing this speed you are seeing with this kind of app over here, but this traffic indicator is not working, I guess. Now let me move on to the hardware, and here we have the buttons. There we have the long press power button to toggle torch. Then we have the kill app button. Then the volume panel style, you can change it, and by default this is how it looks like. As you can see, looks very like cute over here, no issues with that. But yes, you can change it to AOSP compact audio or tiled option. Then we have the volume panel on the left side and the volume rocker wake. Also we have the volume timeout over here, this volume panel timeout. In the navigation bar, we have the on-screen nav bar, then the pulse, then the system navigation again, and extended swipe action is also there. So if you want to use that, you can. And here we have the power menu option. So advanced reboot is there. Let me show you the power menu. This is how it looks like. And we have the Google Smart Home light controls, and we have the advanced settings. And here, as you can see, this is very interesting looking power menu in my opinion, because in all other ROMs it comes in a very weird way, but here this is very cool looking in my personal opinion, that it shows the power menu like this. It has the restart, bootloader, and recovery, and the system UI option. So you can directly reboot to recovery or something from here, but this power menu actually looks cool, different from other ROMs pretty much. That's it for the customizations. Now in the battery settings, we have this kind of battery settings. If you tap here, you can see the full battery usage from here. And as you can see from here, I have got about 6 hours and 14 minutes of screen on time almost. And that, as you can see, is from full charge, like on a single charge, I would say. And yeah, the battery life is good. You can get 6 to 7 hours of screen on time easily on a daily basis on this ROM. And fast charging is also working fine, no issues with that. But the good thing is there are thermal profiles over here. So you can set per app's thermal profile with this kind of settings over here. And let me go back. We have the battery saver, then the adaptive battery, and the battery charging light as well as there. So you can enable the notification light in do not disturb mode. Then we also have the battery temperature showing up over here, the design battery capacity, the current battery capacity, and the charging cycles over here. So yes, you get to see all of these things in the battery settings itself. These are very cool features, and I feel these kind of options we should have in all custom ROMs. And pretty legit that I have completed 500 plus cycles on this particular device, And here, as you can see, my current battery capacity is still 3878. So yeah, that is great that it did not drop too much even with 500 plus cycles. Jumping into the display settings, here we have the lock screen. At first we have the always show time and info option. Then we have some custom options over here. You can set the always on displays brightness, I guess, with this. Maybe I have to reboot the system once for this. Let me go back. We have the show ambient music ticker over here. And here we have the brightness level, the dark theme and stuff. Night light option is there. Inside styles and wallpapers, we have these kind of wallpapers. As you are noticing, there are these kind of Nusantara wallpapers. Let me go back. We have the grid option, and there we have 3x3 and up to 5x5 option. And in the clocks, as you are noticing, these are the clocks that you get. So yeah, these are all the lock screen clock presets that you get. And yeah, we have the shape shift, then the fluid, ID, minimal, and we have S-funny, every kind of clock options that you get. So you can set pretty much any kind of lock screen clock over here. Then we have the live display option. Here we have the color calibration. You can control the RGB of the screen. Let me go back. We have the screen timeout. You can set it from here. Then we have the screen attention and the rotation settings. You can have 180-degree rotation and stuff. Colors are set to boosted by default over here. Then we have the double tap to wake and the enable blurs option. Prevent accidental wake up or the pocket detection is there. Font size, display size, the DPI, and also we have the anti-flicker or the deceiving mode here. In the sound settings, we have the media call, etc. volume, and we have the vibration and haptics. Here we have the vibrate for calls and stuff. Then in-call haptics is also there. Then the touch vibration is there. Then we have the ringtone vibration pattern changing option. Let me scroll down. We have the dial pad tones, the screen locking sound, charging sound, touch sound, screenshot sound, etc. And here we have the Mi Audio Dirac, and as you can see, you can choose from these many headsets. There is also the bass booster option over here, so you can use that if you want to. Then in the preset, we have all these preset options, of course, and hi-fi audio option is also there, and the sound quality via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well is super good, no issues whatsoever. In the security settings, if you go into this settings, we have the quick unlock, then the scramble pin layout, lock screen timeout. You can set that from here, and we have the power button instantly locks. And we have the unlock with fingerprint when screen is off option. And there we have the face unlock. So let me quickly set up the face unlock because I have already shown you the fingerprint scanner speed. Let's just do it. Okay. So right now I'll just double tap anywhere in the home screen to make the phone sleep. And right now if I double tap over here, so I think I have to swipe up to use the face unlock. So yeah, as you can see, I needed to swipe up actually. So from the lock screen, if you swipe up, then only it will use the face unlock over here. And as you can see, it unlocks fine, but the speed is not that fast, maybe because I have a wire in front of my face, but yeah, it still unlocks. So that is great. Talking about the AppLock settings, pretty much same with all other ROMs. And here we have the AppLock 2, and you can lock any particular app by just tapping on this lock icon over here. And as you can see, I have locked particular apps, and you can hide their notification from here if you just tap on this notification hiding option. And we have the lock app after instantly and 15 seconds and screen off. Been using it with the 15 seconds option, and you can search for any particular app from here and you can lock them. When you lock a particular app, this is how the interface of the AppLock looks like. So you just have to tap the fingerprint scanner or use the face data, and also you can use your PIN if you want to. So if you tap the fingerprint scanner, that app will be opened. And by the way, the VoLTE calling and stuff is working fine as you are noticing, but there is no call recording option over here, at least like with the stock dialer as you are noticing. So let's try the Google Assistant over here. Hey Google. As you can see, Google Assistant is working fine without any issues. Let's try one more time. Hey Google. So yeah, voice trigger with the Google Assistant is working flawlessly, no issues with that. Talking about the Safetynet, well, here it shows the CTS profile match failed for some reason, but I do have Magisk installed and I have all the banking apps working like Google Pay, SBI card, everything is working fine. It just shows this CTS profile match failed. That's not a problem here, but banking apps are actually working even with Magisk, but right out of the box, the banking app should be passing over here. Talking about the DRM certification, as you can see, it shows L3 for me because I have broken it permanently. But if your DRM certification shows as L1 right now, it should be intact. It should show L1 even in this ROM because simply this is a MIUI window based ROM. Now I do have a couple of apps opened over here, and right now I'm gonna open them right now. As you can see, the Chrome is still in memory and Facebook still in memory. Twitter, as you are noticing, still in memory, and Google Home still in memory. YouTube, and it is still in memory. Instagram is still in memory. So yeah, pretty much it should be totally working fine. Like the RAM management is not an issue over here. As you are seeing, the apps are totally in memory. So yeah, no issues with the RAM management on this particular build. And if you want to see the benchmarks, here are the Antutu and Geekbench score of this particular build. In some particular ROMs, they do not simply offer this double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen, but this one does have that. And yes, there is no fingerprint scanner animation and stuff. That may be a bummer for you guys too. But yeah, this particular ROM, I would say a very good daily driver for the Redmi K20 Pro as of right now. At least that's how I feel. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and please share this video with your friends if you want them to know about the latest Nusantara project ROM on the Redmi K20 Pro, how it's holding up. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KD and Tech signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.